Hi guys, welcome back. It's been a long time. I'm looking forward to getting another Inkscape tutorial out there. This one I'm hoping will be a nice quick one. The reason I decided to do it tonight is because I've been inspired by Artprize, which is, if you don't know, it's the largest art competition in the world, and it just took place over the last 3 weeks in my current hometown, Grand Rapids, Michigan. That's in the United States. We're here every year. The artists get to take over the city, and there are, as it says right there, 161 venues, and I think they said in the announcement over 1,700 entries. So it's a really awesome time, and it's great, and I'd suggest that you guys come and see it. If you can't come and see it, you can always check it out at artprize.org. Here's this year's winner, just announced tonight, the 5th of October. And this is Elephants. It's a lovely piece. Pencil sketching, I believe. Yeah, pencil and eraser. Giant, just gigantic mural from this Adana Care. And she won the $200,000 prize. So congratulations. It's a beautiful piece. And I'm looking forward to next year. But what has really inspired me is this, the logo this year. I think it's really lovely. This shape is just the Artprize logo. That's there every year, but the kind of reversed pipes logo design I think is really great, and it's really easy to reproduce in Inkscape. So I'm looking forward to showing you how to do that. So let's fire up Inkscape. What I have here is just a basic new document open. All I have is a couple of shapes to work with. I went and got this Artprize shape using the trace bitmap tool that you can find in my other tutorials, or you could just bust it out with a Bezier curve, but obviously I'm suggesting that you use this for your own logo if you'd like, or just craft your skills. So our first step, as I usually like to do, is go up here to Object. I want to get my fill and stroke dialog, my align and distribute dialog, and my rows and columns dialogs all opened up, and I'll just minimize those so they're available here on my sidebar when I want them. So the first step is going to be just to pull and drag out a rectangle to make our lines. Now you can make them whatever size you want, but I would suggest you make them 20 pixels, for example, and it's only important that you know that number, because what we're going to do is we're going to do a little trick. So we're going to Control D, or this button up here will duplicate, and drag it down, and keep in mind I'm not really keeping them in line or anything. It doesn't matter at this step because our rows tool will do that for us. So once we have them pretty much dragged out like we like, select them all and pull up our rows and columns tool. If you've never used this, it's pretty self-explanatory. I'm going to drop the columns down to 1, and then the key here is I'm going to set the spacing to the width of our rows, and that's going to make a really nice box for us. It's going to be lovely. So my next step is I want to make this a rectangle. So it's close to 800, so let's just make it 800 pixels up here. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is combine that into a shape. So I'm going to use Union. Just pull that over here. Now keep in mind that that is just black on white. So if I went to white, it would be completely gone, but if I went to red, it would just change to red. So keep in mind that's going to be somewhat important here later on. So the next thing I want to do is rotate this shape on the 45 degrees. Now I held Control on the corner rotation cursor to keep it at a strict 90-degree rotation. The next thing we're going to want to do is just pull out a square. We're going to want to hold Control for that to keep it square, because the next thing we're going to do is center it. So there we go. Now keep in mind, I'm just using the align and distribute dialog. Like I said, those are pretty self-explanatory. If you haven't gotten used to those, definitely take the time to do them. They're very, very important. They'll save you a lot of time. So I'm going to intersect these shapes. So there we go. Now we have a nice little background. So I'm going to leave that over there actually, just in case I need to come back to it. So I'm going to duplicate again and pull it over. There's our background. I'm going to use the horizontal flip there for right now. And now we've come to kind of the magic of this tutorial, and it should be super fast, but what I want to do is show the clipping tool. My original thought was to use the pattern tool, and that had actually nice results, but there were some issues that I didn't want to deal with here. So we're going to use what I think is a more valuable tool, in fact, the clipping tool. So let's grab our Artprize logo. And this is a path, as you can see. I've simplified it, but that's what it is. I'm just going to drag it over here. So there's one logo. Let's at least center it. I want it to look good. Oh. Okay, so there's one logo that they used a lot. Looks like I have to send this to the back because my logo is on the front. So there's one. Here's another. Now here's the key. I'm going to actually leave that logo, the white logo, under, because our next move would have a weird crosshatch pattern if I didn't. So I'm going to duplicate that, and I'm going to duplicate this shape. So I'm going to hold Alt to select the white shape under it, move it to the top. I know that was a little fast. Just look at it again if it's a problem. But so now I have one white logo on a black and white pipes pattern. Well, just black pipes pattern. I'm going to flip that back and forth. Okay, so you can see they're going different directions. And this is the whole magic right here. I have a path sitting on any other shape. This happens to be our pipes, but I'm going to go up to here to the object menu, down to clip, and I'm going to press set. And there we go. Now keep in mind, the one little trick that it doesn't quite look like is if I click under this logo, remember I still have the white logo there. If I didn't, I would have that weirdo crosshatch, and we don't want that. So we're going to just leave those together. So there you go, that's Artprize 2012. I thought, why stop there though? We could grab other fun things, like this @ sign. So let's pull that over here, white, duplicate, duplicate, pull it to the top, flip horizontal, and the magic of the clip tool. There you go. That one's a little hard to see, but just fine. Let's do one last shape, just to run through the steps again. Star, change it to white, duplicate, duplicate, bring to top, flip, clip. Alright, well, I hope you enjoyed that tutorial as much as I enjoyed Artprize 2012. I'm sure that's not true. But if you're in town, make sure to give it a look, and this time next year, end of September, beginning of October, check out artprize.org and you can see all the great art. Thank you.